Well everyone, the Samsung Galaxy S24 has been out for about 6 months now, and I kind of wanted to go and hit on this particular phone and see how it's been holding up the last 6 months. Now, the first thing I probably would tell you is that this phone is still completely worth buying. It's still a very good phone in so many different ways. It's aged fairly well compared to some of the competition that's already came out, and even against the iPhone 16, the rumors that we've gotten on the iPhone 16, I generally do feel like a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S24 is going to hold up very well against those phones as well. Now, if you want to pick up this phone, the big advantage is it's already gone down in value quite a bit, so you can get them on Amazon and you can help support the channel at the exact same time in the links down below. Now, starting off at the outside, I think a majority of people already probably know how this phone holds up. So number one, you are getting a 6.2-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED display. It's a 1080p panel, it's 120Hz, and it's a very good and sharp panel as well. It's basically a 2600 nits of brightness panel, so it gets very, very bright, and overall it's one of those panels that you can look at, and I generally do feel like this is a very good panel, a very good device, and I'm a massive fan of it when it comes down to it. Now, the big thing going on with this particular panel too is the fact that with something like the Samsung Galaxy S24, when compared to the competition, this phone's panel is still very good, and once again, that's something that I really do like and appreciate about this type of phone. So there's a lot of things to love about this device, and I definitely will tell you with something like the Samsung Galaxy S24, the panel gets a thumbs up for sure. You're getting USB Type-C port on the bottom, Samsung DeX, flat sides basically all throughout, which is very nice, and even on the back, you're getting a frosted glass back, which is really good. I love having a frosted glass back, and you're basically getting that inside of this phone too, which is, again, very, very cool. On top of that, you're also getting a triple camera setup, wireless reverse wireless charging, and overall, there's a lot of things within this phone that I actually do like a lot, and that's something that's really cool about a phone like this when it comes down to it. So definitely in my personal opinion, I'm a big fan of this phone, and I definitely would say in a lot of ways, it holds up so well from the exterior. But even from the camera side, this phone's camera is very, very solid. You're getting 8K capability on the back, you're getting 4K at 60 on the front, and if you're going to go through and buy a phone, this type of panel is going to be giving you a very solid experience. And that is something that I actually like a lot about these types of phones. The thing you have to remember is that with something like the Samsung Galaxy S24, this camera is going to hold up so well for so many years. And I definitely do think this in and of itself is one of the biggest things to keep in mind, because you can buy a phone like this and have it supported with software for so many years. But even from the camera side, the camera of this thing is going to be so spectacular. And I'm a massive fan of the camera on this phone as well. So from that side alone too, I'd probably say that the camera on this phone held up, fairly well. And even from the rumors about the iPhone, 16s, it's looking like this phone is probably going to be very well, it's going to compare very well against those devices as well. So from that side, definitely gets a thumbs up for me without a doubt. Now, on top of that, some other very big things to keep in mind here too. With something like the Samsung Galaxy S24, this type of phone is going to be giving you a little bit more capability when it comes down to the software. This is going to be one of the longest lasting Samsung Galaxy phones of all time. So as of this point, this is going to be one of those phones that you can basically go ahead and buy, and you're going to be getting a device that's going to be lasting in terms of software for many, many years. Probably 7 years from now, that's kind of what we're estimating. And that in and of itself is a very crazy thing. Imagine being able to buy a phone today and have it supported with software for so many years, right? That's precisely what's going on here. And I definitely will tell you from that side, that in and of itself is another very big, awesome thing that's going on within this particular phone as well. So I would definitely say from that side as well, definitely gets a thumbs up for me, and I'm a big fan of the Samsung Galaxy S24 from that particular perspective. In terms of the performance, as you probably would have expected, the phone has been performing so well against all the competition, against all those other phones like the OnePluses that came out this year, against even like iPads that I bought, like other devices. Like this Samsung Galaxy S24 has held up so well from a performance perspective, and I definitely do think if you're going to go and buy a phone, you're going to be getting a device within this phone that's going to be lasting for so much time, and I do think this in and of itself is a very, very nice thing to have. Being able to go through and buy a phone that's going to be supported for so many years is so nice, but even from the performance perspective, whatever you're going to want to do, you can do here. You want to play big, massive games? You can do it here. You want to edit 8K video on this phone? You can do it here. Keep in mind, it's going to, probably not be the fastest thing in the world, depending on what you're doing, but this is still one of the fastest phones you can basically buy. So I do think when you kind of think about it from that perspective, it kind of lets you know about what's going on here. And I do think that in and of itself is a very crazy thing. So overall, I'll definitely tell you in almost every single way that I've looked at with my Samsung Galaxy S24, this has been one of those phones that I've been a massive fan of. I think it's a very good device. I think Samsung has done a really good job with it. Is it perfect? No, but there's a lot of good things going on with this phone, and I do think if you're going to go ahead and buy a device, Samsung did a really good job with this, and I would still recommend the average person to go and buy this phone. It's such a good phone in almost every single way. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.